Nowhere is this abandonment more evident than it is at the Kabul International Airport, where thousands of desperate Afghans remain stuck, waiting for their turn to fly out of Afghanistan. Why are they stuck? Because Western nations who promised to evacuate them are yet to fix their priorities. American troops were seen evacuating their military dogs on a plane meant for the Afghans, and Germany shipped 22,500 litres of booze back home, but took only 7 Afghans on its first evacuation flight. Meanwhile, the WHO says that 500 tons of medical supplies also remain stuck at the airport due to the ongoing crisis. Our next report tells you why Western nations who promised an orderly withdrawal from Afghanistan should hang their heads in shame.
A week since the Taliban took over Kabul, the city's airport remains in a state of mess. Thousands of desperate Afghans and foreign nationals have been thronging at the airport for days, hoping to catch the next flight out of the country. The numbers are overwhelming, the list of unfortunate incidents ever growing. At least 20 people have been killed in the never-ending chaos at the airport, mostly in shootings and stampedes. Western powers claim to be standing in solidarity with the Afghans, but their priorities tell a different story. Videos circulating on social media appear to show US military dogs being taken to an aircraft intended to evacuate the people of Afghanistan. Yes, for Americans, their military dogs are more important than Afghan interpreters who helped Washington. Just a couple of days ago, we saw images of 650 people squeezed together on board a cargo jet. In contrast, recent images show how some plane seats have been reserved solely for American military dogs leaving the country without their handlers. You think the Americans are insensitive? Then you must hear what the Germans have done. The German government is facing fierce criticism for shipping 22,500 litres of alcohol out of Afghanistan, but taking only 7 people on board its first evacuation flight from Kabul. In June, at least 65,000 cans of beer and 340 bottles of wine were flown home. Germany withdrew from its bases in Mazar-e-Sharif and Kabul. Germany had transport capacity for alcohol, but not for the people of Afghanistan. Such are the priorities of the stakeholders in Afghanistan. WION's Anas Malik has been reporting from Kabul throughout this journey. He travelled to the Kabul airport to assess the scale of the chaos, also to understand the fears of Afghans fleeing their country. What he learned busks America's lies of an orderly withdrawal. Some Afghans say they were called to the airport by American officials, but now they are not being allowed to enter the airport. Some even claim that foreign troops are making fun of them instead of helping.
Distressing scenes at the Kabul airport's military sites, where hundreds and thousands with their families, some with passports, some without passports, have been flocking in a bid and hope to flee the country. They fear the wrath of the Taliban. They fear a repeat of the 1990s.
मेरा नाम और मैं अफगानिस्तान में लिव करती हूँ।
आप यहाँ पर कितने दिन से हैं और क्या आप खुद काम करती थी या आपका कोई फैमिली मेंबर यूके के साथ काम?
नहीं, हम विनर हैं, विनर डीवी 2001। यहाँ पे हम 2 दिन 3 दिन आते हैं और यहाँ पे कोई रास्ता नहीं है कि एयरपोर्ट में हम जाएं।
यूके क्यों जाना चाहते हैं?
क्योंकि यहाँ पे तालिबान आती है तो हमारे ऊपर जुल्म करती है, मर्दों को बाहर जाने नहीं देती है, औरतों को काम करने नहीं देती है, तो हम यहाँ पे भूखे रहती है। कोई पैसा नहीं है, कोई हम अगर कहाँ पे भी काम करते होते तो पैसा नहीं देती। यहाँ पे बहुत मुश्किलात है।
I have been in contact with advisor, US advisor, that he called me to go to the airport and go to the airport and you can take flight to US.
Right, but it did not work as yet?
Yes, no. And we promised to US government to help us that we we work with the U.S. government for several years, and now we are in bad situation and we need help.
How long have you been here for?
It past 4 days I stay in this site. When I go to the door, the United States soldier and the United Kingdom soldier make joke from me. He don't let me to go to inside.
The scenes at the Kabul airport should make Western powers hang their heads in shame. Those who risked their lives by working for them for 20 years are now worth less than cans of beer and dogs. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.